Cross one right there.
Cool. What do you think about this? Jump it up.
You guys know everything in a few minutes, won't you?
What can you tell us, Ben?
I'll tell you everything. Press conference immediately following. Mark, hurry up.
Yeah.
I'm 100% innocent of anything that I just pled to. Everything that I pled to, I pled, like the judge said, to get out of jail. I have been held by this county for 11 months of what I deem illegal incarceration. I have done nothing wrong. I am not guilty of a single thing. I only pled to get out of jail. What happened here today, this plea negotiation has been going on for quite some time. The state attorney, Steve Meadows, upon Roy Black's filing of a prosecutorial misconduct motion, has been begging, calling every single day, almost in tears, for us to make a deal with him. And you know what? I feel bad for the people of Bay County who have to deal with this. This is not fair. This is not fair for you, because you're going to be next. The fact that they were able to do, I'm talking to America, the fact that this town and these corrupt individuals in this small town were able to do this to me, railroad me like this, keep me incarcerated for 11 months, seize my plane illegally, say that there was cocaine on my plane, which all turned out to be false, and like the judge said, they're going to return a $300,000 Ferrari completely destroyed to me, make me pay millions of dollars in legal fees. The fact that they were able to railroad me like this in the United States of America and keep me incarcerated for that long when they knew I did no wrong, it hurts us all, guys, because this is, you're next. You know, you're next. If people get away with this, I didn't have Roy Black, I would have probably had a very different result than I had in that courtroom today, which is, guys, no time, no probation. This is a total victory for us. I'm going to go back to my life. I'm going to go back to making Great Girls Gone Wild videos. Not here, as I told the judge.
The reason Joe, I think, is particularly upset is that because of the type of charges and the ruling by the court that it was a strict liability, that he didn't have to have the intent to commit a crime, as I think what really has caused this anguish here, because he always thought that the young ladies involved were over 18. They said they were over 18. They signed forms saying they were over 18, and they were on videotape saying they were over 18, but they were only 17. And because of the way the law in Florida is written, the court ruled that it makes no difference that they lied and you believe them, you're still guilty of a crime.
I did not want to plead to a felony, but at the end of the day, no one's going to believe that two 17-year-old girls lie about their age. I'm not even present. They show fake ID, falsify release forms, and I'm somehow a child abuser. It's ridiculous. It's absurd, and no one will believe it.
That's it.
Thank you, guys.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you.
This case has drawn on now for way too long. And, unfortunately, much of that is due to legal maneuvering that we have seen over the course of these proceedings. We have seen the evidence in this case, all the film suppressed because of some misstatements of law enforcement. We've seen a nationwide media blitz in which Mr. Francis attempted to gain favor with the public and to discredit the prosecution through media outlets from coast to coast. We've seen outrageous claims filed in defense motions attempting to smear and color the prosecution. We have seen Mr. Francis personally threaten to fund a political opponent in the upcoming state attorney's race in opposition to me. Throughout all of these attacks, we have stood strong. We have stood strong in the belief that Mr. Francis should be held accountable for what he did. Wherever he goes from this day forward, for the remainder of his life, he will be a convicted child abuser. If the rantings of a convicted child abuser have any effect, it clearly helps us define the boundaries between decency and non-decency.
How much of a role did his filing of a prosecutorial misconduct charge play in the flow of plea negotiations? Did that play a factor at all?
Absolutely not one bit in my mind, because I felt assured from the beginning that it was meritless. In fact, the defense in their subsequent filings have now withdrawn any suggestion of improperness, inappropriate display. One thing I want to note that's important and that hasn't been reported is that that's not the first time the video was shown to the press. In fact, the Panama City News-Herald observed the entire videotape in court where it was played. The press enjoy a special right under our system of laws to be present, to view that type of material. Election has nothing to do with this case. If it did, I certainly would have been more concerned about Mr. Francis a long time ago. If we just wanted to wash this case out, we could have done it 3 years ago. But we didn't want to wash it out. We wanted to hold strong for accountability. And him walking in and pleading to a felony, I believe, is holding him accountable.